Welcome to week one of Reset with AIM Health. My name's Richard Gibson, and I'm going to talk to you today about circadian rhythm and light biology. And this is one of the foundational keystones for us at AIM in terms of any reset program, because we believe that circadian rhythm is the absolute base layer of having optimal health in the future. So we're going to talk a little bit about circadian rhythm. And it's a natural process that the body goes through on a 24-hour cycle. And it has specific jobs to do at different times of the day. And so it's important that your body's receiving the right signals and messages so that all those clever functions that you require on a daily basis can be carried out effectively and efficiently at the same time, so you're not wasting energy. Things like, when am I going to sleep? When am I going to eat? When do I get up? When is my digestion optimized? When is my immune system optimized? Am I able to repair from any damage that's accrued during the day? And one of the key messages to take away here is timing is essential if we're going to get all the other metabolic cell growth processes working effectively for us. So when it comes to circadian rhythm, light is the main handle that we use to control the circadian rhythm. And the circadian rhythm is set by a part of the brain which is near where the eyes are, called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN for short. And it links to a number of different systems in your body, but directly to the eye through cells that don't actually work like a camera in your eye, but actually work just to sense light, such as the intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, which are specifically sensitive to a blue light frequency in the 465 nanometer range, which is related to an opsin that they have on them called melanopsin. Okay, now that highway through your eye straight to your brain is a very, very efficient way of setting the clock, but it needs to be done consistently on a daily basis. And this is why morning light, getting out for sunrise every day and spending a couple of minutes as a minimum, just allowing your body to understand what time of day it is really, really important. On the flip side of that, when we come to nighttime, it's important also to give our body darkness. And so our sleeping environment should be completely dark. No standby lights, no alarm clock lights, no night lights, in the room on a nighttime. We need the complete absence of light to be able to allow the brain to reset and also carry out the processes that it's meant to do on a nighttime in bed. One of those processes is repair and regeneration, or when we're talking about the mitochondria that we'll get onto a little bit later, we're thinking about autophagy and apoptosis. So that's the cleaning systems which either get rid of things that are too broken to fix or mend things overnight so that they're fresh to go the next day. Things that you're going to do or you're going to experience if circadian rhythm is off? Well, everything, because we understand that this is the base layer for your health. So if your circadian rhythm isn't set properly, you're not going to sleep well. You're not going to have good energy. Your hormone balance or the cascades during the day are going to be off. So things aren't going to happen at the right time. If things don't happen at the right time, what do we call that in medicine? Well, we call it inflammation, chaos. So we end up in a position where our body isn't doing anything efficiently. And so we can end up wasting a lot of energy and feeling tired, but unable to get onto that next stage of our health journey. And often what we'll notice is that the symptoms we exhibit are reflecting that misaligned biology, because the circadian rhythm is not right. And we understand that light is the strongest environmental cue that we can give our body. So that's why reset starts with circadian rhythm. So if we get circadian rhythm right, then we can control recovery efficiency. We can control the hormone timing during the day to get the appropriate rhythms. And if we've got that right, the energy systems are in the right place. to let us hit our daily targets in terms of digestion, in terms of sleep, in terms of exercise, whatever we need to do. So we need to stabilize that foundation first to make sure that we access that health. Hence why reset. Let's get the basic building blocks in place to allow us to be able to do that. Now, in terms of the therapies that we use at AIM, some of you may be using red light therapy. That's a really, really good starting point. It's gentle on the body, but it's really focusing on energy flows in terms of the mitochondria, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but also melatonin production. And melatonin is key for that sleep. 95% of the melatonin we produce has been shown to be produced in the mitochondria. So we understand good function of those little powerhouse cells is really, really essential to be able to get the first piece in the cascade. And we know that the regular programming of those cells, hence using it on a regular basis, on top of the sunrises and dark nights, is really going to build that platform for you on the very, very first foundational level for your health. We'll catch up again next time and we'll talk more about therapies.